So, you have Britney questions. I'm here. I was on a TikTok live doing poorly at a video game, and people had some questions, and so. So, you have Britney questions. Oh shit. I don't want to hear myself. I'm here. I was on a TikTok live doing. There, that's better, honestly. I'm currently looking for this video that I saved a while ago, but I don't remember where I put it, which I think is the first iteration. Hey, Tessica. Of the Britney Spears face mask. I think they started in 2017. They did deepfakes even earlier. You can watch a 2007 Good Morning America clip. Mysterious Britney on Instagram, Britney's Mystery on TikTok has that video. What's up, Jen Hollywood? How are you? Yeah, no, the Kanye situation is very similar. Like, not to sound super conspiratorial, but like, it generally feels like everything's very much connected, you know? It's super irritating. It's like, oh no, more of this shit's connected? And like, it's like, no, yeah, a lot of this is connected. Is anyone even on this TikTok one? Oh, because I put news and events? Maybe I shouldn't have put that. I'm like, did anyone come on my TikTok one? Because I don't see any comments, so I'm like, oh, I don't know what's happening. But yeah. So I'm still looking for the video. I don't remember where I put it. But I think it's someone wearing a mask just because she's supposedly playing with her kids and then she shoots to them and they look fucking horrified. Like, you know, like, it kind of looks like someone's like, look, I look like your mom. And they're like, that's fucking gross, bro. Don't be acting like my mom. Because most of the time when her kids are in videos with her, they generally look like they like being there. This one didn't. Creamy robot sauce. Are you Amy on TikTok? Digital twin website. Interesting. I did not know. I like your username here on Instagram. Hey, Cher. Oh, thank you. Antiketek. Phonics was hard for me. I hope I said your name correctly. So I'm answering Britney questions. I was doing a live earlier to play a sponsored game. That shit was hard, honestly. I was like, oh my god, this shit's hard. Like, they're like 3,000's easy to get to. And I'm like, no, it fucking wasn't. That shit took me 2 fucking hours and like, I'm hungry. But, I was talking about Britney videos that, I found suspicious. No, that's the sad part. So from 2016 onward, there's actually very limited videos of Britney and her kids, which seems to add on to the theory that something happened. You know? I don't think anyone's actually seen her. I'm not really even sure if Sam ever met her, to be honest. You know? It's extremely strange, the situation. Because a lot of the pictures of Sam in public are with Linebacker. You can kind of tell because after you look at them for quite a while, Linebacker has very prominent forehead wrinkles. Britney does too, but hers are deeper. Feels really shitty to be like, a lot of the features are worse. But I mean, there's only one Britney Spears, so, you know, it is what it is. I'll try to. Oh, okay, thank you, Amy. Thank you, Susie. I'm sorry. I saw your comments on the Discord, but I've had having an issue with my apartment and some pests, so I've been preoccupied, and I didn't mean to ignore them. Yeah, I feel like Sam also met a double. Oh yeah, no, I also didn't believe any of the craziness. My first video, actually, I'm like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Now I'm like, I am so far into this. Linebacker cracks me up too. I see people on like random forums, like entertainment lawyer NT's comment Patreon section, and like somebody sent me a Facebook thing, and they're like, "That's Linebacker," and it honestly made me so proud. The whole point of that was a while ago. What I had said was, we can't call it Britney Spears if it's not. It seems like a disgrace or a disservice. hover hand. What does the hover hand mean? But yeah, you have Britney questions, send them here while I look for that video that I would like to see. Oh, no worries, Susie. It was very hard for me to learn Discord. It's actually very useful for organizing after a while, but you know, it did take a while. The learning curve was not easy. Yeah, it's really weird that they won't admit it, which makes me think that she's actually alive, hanging by a thread, probably. Probably not in right mind. I actually tend to believe there's a lot of blind items saying that she's drugged up in a hospital. I think in 2020, the blind item was that the nurse forgot to give her an extra dose and she became lucid and realized what was happening, and I think she tried to escape. I believe it is doubles. The domination announcement kind of looks like a skin suit just because there's a weird like neck looks weird if you zoom in. Well, yes, exactly. Gangs Free Britney. I made a video in my 2016 What the Fuck Happened series, which is Sam actually is introduced immediately after the Sony tweet about her being dead, which makes me think that it is PR. And the Jonathan Ross interview is very interesting. It was cut off. They are tweets from people in the audience who basically said that Britney was trying to steer the conversation towards the conservatorship. I believe she was trying to be more public. There's an article that came out in 2016 at the same time, which is actually the original timeline or transcript where she says that there's too much control in this conservatorship. I don't want it. I want to be my own person. That report isn't released to the court, I don't even think so, until 2021, which is weird because it takes place in 2016. If you also notice, a lot of her legal documents note 2016. There's 160 hours of recording of Britney Spears in 2016. Did they not record her in 2017, 2018, 2019? It's very weird. Things will keep leading back to 2016. Let's see. Oh, I'm glad that you enjoyed the rabbit hole. I was literally going to make a new tagline on my channel, be like, welcome to the intro rabbit hole. It's incredibly deep, and the rabbits are unkind down here. Oh, well, I'm glad, Susie, that you were able to get the legal documents in the book, at least from the thing. It's a good resource. I like the Discord just because I could put stuff and nobody can take it down. Like, Reddit cannot take it down. And if they do, or like, not Reddit, but like Discord does, I own my own website. I'll just post it there. Well, thank you, Just Britney. I appreciate it. I'm sorry if I'm taking long to read the comments. I don't know if they update like that quickly. I know people get really like touchy about the linebacker, but she's literally a fucking linebacker. She's broad shoulders, much bigger than Britney. Like, the reason I said linebacker is if you tackle her, she could probably take it. Very strange. And there's also alternate stories about the Britney and Sam meeting. Hey, Brit. But, they said that he slid her his number. Another story is that her people reached out. Sam is incredibly messy in his team with that. I believe that Sam was hired because of his connections to the Ventura City police. You know what I mean? That way, that's the reason why we've seen less Britney, because with Sam's connections to the police from his family and his friends, they're able to contain and basically secure Britney 24/7. Where is the Britney movement now? Well, a lot of the Britney movement seems to be not real, from what I could tell. A lot of the people, I think, are genuine, but a lot of the heads of staff, if you will, are planted to be controlled opposition, which is why it was in all the news cycle. Because if you think about it, things are fucked up now, they're weirder now, but for some reason there's less coverage about everything. It's incredibly weird. Oh god, I should put like the questions on this screen so I can see better. Oh, that's smarter. I don't know why I didn't do that. Okay. Let's see. Now on TikTok. I know, I said linebacker because it makes it light. It makes me laugh. There are not any normal pictures of Brittany and Sam. You are right, sure. My favorite is if I can find it later, he's got like a pterodactyl hand. Like it's a big ass fucking hand. So I made the joke like, you know what they say about men with big hands? They're probably fake. Champagne says, I've heard an interesting tidbit that Brittany is in a nursing assisted living home in Louisiana. I believe that. Where'd you hear that from? That's incredibly interesting. Let's see. Thank you so much, Melissa. I enjoy sharing my thoughts. I don't make them formal videos until I have more concrete proof, but lives are an area where I can discuss what I think. You know, plus because I don't want like bitches to be like, yeah, but what proof? I'm like, it's a fucking video about theorizing. But people don't understand. Filled her in on the Free Britney. Yes, that blind. It seems to be the same nurse that filled her in on the Free Britney movement. I think that's a fake line. I think the truth was that she accidentally forgot to give her the right dose. Interesting enough, Sam's sisters are both nurses. And one I think has a specialization in psychiatry or psychiatric. And they also do cosmetic, which I would assume the real Britney looks very different now. Like a little bit. And there is a Reddit account that seems to be Britney that seems to indicate that she was forced to do plastic surgery at one point. I would assume 2016 because she gets what some people call the Joker lips. I unfortunately don't think that her mother has her best interests. And I think you can see this several times when her mom interacts with Sam Lufty. Sam Lufty's like, yo, we can get more money. And then Lynn Spears is like, what? Sam, you my friend again. I don't sue you. But I will tell people you drugged Britney and put the pills even though I did it. So. Like, I used to think okay of Lynn Spears, but like the more I read and the more I learn about Britney, neither of those people are parents. There's a lot of theories about Britney trying to escape. The weirdest incident is in 2022, July 12th, I think. They don't like leave Britney alone, but her car is reported to have been stopped on the freeway, just ran out of gas. It seems more likely that they have her on Star and they reported her car is stolen. And the fact that there's no paparazzi, the cops waited for Sam and it's Ventura City Department, which is Sam's connections. It seems like that was an attempt to escape. So, theoretically, it does look like Britney Spears is alive until 2022. And I think still, because I think they can't. The reason I don't think she's dead is because they would want the money from her being dead. But nobody wants to fuck around with insurance fraud. Oh, yeah. No, Susie, that's the story I was talking about. Your theory. I'm sorry I didn't respond to it. But I did read it. Britney is extremely intelligent. I think that is the narrative that her team likes to throw out, that she's not intelligent, that she's kind of just clueless, so that they can run the narrative that she's crazy. But she's extremely actually well-spoken. You know, if you listen to the things that sound like they were leaked in August of 2022, that's an articulate fucking person. So, let's see. I'm going to take a break from Instagram, go back to TikTok. Yeah, the build of linebacker is what make her linebacker. Yes, Paris Hilton's Instagram, I have been told, looks very uncanny valley. I do believe she's invested into AI and she sold her likeness, which is why. But unlike Britney, I think she is very willingly selling her likeness to be used and tested with AI. Whereas Britney, any contract that was written during the conservatorship would have to actually be invalid because she had no say. And then, well, the conservatorship is actually interesting. They have manipulated us and the public, and I really think Britney, she's in a voluntary conservatorship. So a lot of the legal writings say that it's like an LPS, HS or whatever, which is a mental health conservatorship, but they're saying like, which means it's not a mental health conservatorship. If you go through the entertainment lawyer, the blind item guy, his Patreon, he really does walk you through and shows you the paperwork that shows she's in writing a legally voluntary conservatorship. Was it actually voluntary? I don't think so. I think she's being blackmailed because of her children and stuff at the time. In 2016, I made the Make Me deep dive. I do think things didn't work out for her. Her children are being used against her in alienation. They prefer Kevin, and she's like, fuck this shit. Like, I gave up my whole fucking life for this bullshit, and it's not. I need something for me, which is why I think she rebels the most, and it goes where it goes. So, let me see. Good morning, Nina, in Germany. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate them. Okay, I'm going to read a couple more on TikTok and go back to Instagram. Let's see. The OnStar stopped her. Have you seen Hawaii police reports at the park? No. Can you tell me more about that? Thank you, Lace. I'm flattered that you think my Britney content is on point. And yes, I do think famous people are worth more dead than alive. And I think insurance fraud is a hell of a thing that you don't want to take on. Have you noticed that? Like, in America, the only thing that got Al Capone was the fucking IRS. Think about that. Like, America don't give a shit about you unless you take its money. Then they're like, hey, the killing needs to stop. Is who posting? Britney? I don't think she's posted on her Instagram in a long time. And I do think that they actually fuel these conspiracy theories so that more traffic is driven to her page, so that their illicit activities can be conducted without a lot of eyes. They're like, people are interested in Britney because it's crazy. Because everyone's looking for the crazy, nobody's looking at the illegal that's happening. The Lohans were thinking of putting Lindsay in a conservatorship back in the day. I believe her dad was the one that stopped it. I mean, I don't think he's like a great person, but like, he did that. Well, thank you, Lace. I love you too. Okay, so I'm going to take a little pause on here. I'm going to go back to the TikTok, Instagram comments and see what's happening. The rabbit hole also ties back to the affiliation with Disney and Alice in Wonderland. I agree. There is too much to not say that they are not linked. Walt Disney, interestingly enough, is... was he one of the 13 families? No, I don't think he's the one of the 13 richest families. I think they are connected to one of the older... the 13 families that rule the world. It's a rabbit hole if you're interested in going down. It's all the rich people. A lot of it will delve into where the Illuminati overlap. Bloodlines, very rich family, power, all that shit. So, Walt Disney, there's like Illuminati books that you can find online. Weird, right? But people have written books, and they're extensively going to Walt Disney and his family. Let's see. Yes, Sam was for sure hired. Let's see. Thank you, Matthew Stephen. Yes, our Britney was small and had curves. The new one is tall and lanky. It's weird that... like, let's be real. The majority of the Britney demographic that I get are, I think, 90% women. We all size each other up. We're always like, okay. You walk in a room, you're like, who's the prettiest bitch in here? Is it me? So, I think that's why I feel like whoever concocted this plan did not realize is not a woman. Like, we all looked at her and we're like, that's not her. Like, we know what she looks like. Well, yeah, it's not just fun to speculate. I think it's also how you can brainstorm and actually get somewhere. I feel like a lot of the people who are pushing the narrative that we shouldn't speculate are also the people who are probably being paid off or or planted. Because what's so bad with brainstorming, thinking, spreading ideas? Unless the idea is they don't want you to spread ideas. They want you to have one idea, which is the narrative that they're pushing. Yes, the tweet that you're talking about, the Trump staffer, that is in my podcast. I think it is in the first episode, Where is Britney? It's at the end. I put the picture of the tweet. And that's honestly something that I think about all the time. I thought about it when I first started getting this Britney stuff, and then luckily one of my followers was able to find it for me. For those of you curious, the tweet says something like along the lines like Britney Spears is just one part of this, but she's integral to all of this, and she's gonna red pill you guys so hard. I forgot I had said red pill you guys so hard. I thought it was actually written better, but honestly it wasn't. And I think it's true, you know? Yes, her mother does look evil. And I also do trust Sam Lufty more than Lynn, because I think Sam Lufty is chaotic neutral. He'll do anything for a buck. Doesn't fucking matter. He'll screw anyone over. But fair is fair. My voice is trippy right now. Oh, I'm so sorry. Can you let me know why? It could be, shit, is it a setting? Maybe it's picking up my microphone on my iPhone. Well, I turned that off. Did that fix it or not? Alright, we're gonna go back to TikTok now. Oh. Matthew, you're on both of these. Paris in real life doesn't look like herself. Yeah. Love you too, Matthew. She had 2 police reports for women in park after hours. In Hawaii. Britney Spears, huh? Hawaii is interesting because they did file to have the conservatorship there too. Records, I guess, show that it did end. But isn't it interesting? She's always vacationing in only Hawaii and Mexico. Thank you, Mir. I'm answering just people's questions and talking Britney stuff while I'm here. Yes, Matthew, everyone is a user when it comes to Britney. Disney, NASA, military industrial complex, eugenics. Yeah, no, I believe that. There is substantial overlap in all those categories, and it's kind of fucked up. Does Lou Taylor work for the government? I don't think so, but I think they have a lot of aligned interest. So I think they do work. You know, there's probably has been contact and probably communications. Allegedly, all my theories. In case anyone's watching, this is not real facts. I was in the movie Lance Bass called On the Line. Thought he had her best interest. I had read that Lance Bass is a very close friend with Jamie Lynn. And I'm uncertain about Lance Bass. I don't really trust him. I don't know why. Hey, Sarah, how are you? And let's see. Alright, I think I got everyone on TikTok. So I'm going to move back to Instagram. Did my voice get better, anyone? It is very interesting if anyone hasn't seen on Instagram, the Gangs Free Britney did ask for the freedom of information request for the body cam footage and was repeatedly denied information for Britney. It's really weird how everything around her is always so sus and so hard to get for what should be publicly accessible information, like her conservatorship, which I've never seen a conservatorship seal so many fucking things. Like, you would think that after all the fraud that was found, they would, think that we should have this all be public. But instead, since she got freed, more things have been sealed. If it looks like a duck and it sounds like a duck, it's probably a fucking duck. Are they still shutting me down randomly? Oh, all the time on TikTok. Here's the funny note. My videos are so shadow banned that they only get a couple hundred views on TikTok, but the one that I did the sponsored CapCut video got 41,000 views. Nobody fucking watched that. Okay, it's an ad. We all know what the fuck it was. You know what I mean? if you look at the analytics, like they watched like half a second. That shit should not have moved as much. But obviously TikTok is biased as fuck. Do I think she wrote the book? I think her in 2008 wrote the book because they're her diaries. I don't think that she actually was an active part of the book, which is why you get lines like, my friend and Hollywood agent, Kate Hudson, introduced me to my lawyer. That's your friend. Why would you speak so formally? It sounds like two men wrote it, which I think they did. So, I think they can make more money off her death, but I don't think they want to fuck around with insurance fraud. I do think, personal opinion, I think money in America, no one fucks around with money. The IRS will get you. Insurance companies, or like, okay, have you guys heard the Tinder swindler? The cops didn't even find him. The credit card company's investigator found him. Money is the fastest thing to make anything be found. Our cops can't even do it, but like, you know, a bunch of rich people are like, hey, hire an investigator, and that motherfucker was like, I figured out who the Tinder swindler is. So I think the insurance policies, because the insurance company is like, no, if she's not fucking dead, I'm not dropping a fucking penny over her. Is my audio okay? Sam Lufty and Britney were married. I do think something has happened to Britney that has led her to be physically incapable of being seen. Bedridden sounds about right. To me, it kind of sounds like she had a stroke just because the Sony tweet where they announced her dead. A stroke is very likely a situation where they're like, they're dead. And they're like, oh, just kidding, it was a stroke. Oh, but they're like incredibly like immobilized now. Let's see. Why is she worth more alive? She's not worth more alive, I don't think so. I think it is... That's why they're trying to milk her for all she has. They just don't have money to make her look dead enough that they could get the insurance proceeds without it being contested, I think. Yes, I have videos about the insurance and all the contractual stuff in both accounts. Probably easier to look through YouTube because they have a search, but TikTok has them organized into different categories. So Amanda Bynes and her, the difference between them two is Amanda Bynes did not have children that were able to be used to blackmail her, whereas Britney loved her children, and they were like, hey, if you want to see your fucking children, get into this conservatorship. And she was like... Whereas Amanda Bynes was kind of a free agent. She's like, oh, I don't fucking kids. I live for me. Sam Lufty is a shady character that I feel like is Lou Taylor. You'll see them pop the fuck up any troubled celebrity where they think, can I influence this person? Can I get more money in my life from this motherfucker? They pop the fuck up. Lou Taylor, though, seems to be a little bit more problematic. So, like, if, you know, you're looking at Sam Lufty, chaotic neutral. Lou Taylor, I mean, they call her Lucifer for a reason, so I don't think neutral. Bitch is like chaotic evil. Allegedly, in my opinion. Alright, I'm gonna switch back to the TikTok. Whoop. And here we are on TikTok. Her body language, guilty conscious. Oh, Jamie Lynn? Oh, yeah. Body language gives so much away. And, like, if you want to see some good body language, they did a good analysis of her brother's podcast interview. You can watch the podcast, watch his body language, but then they also, the same people that interviewed him, did an analysis with a body language expert of him. Very interesting stuff. They have a unique relationship. For some reason, they play it through the media that they're not close. But if you look at them, they are very close. He's the only one she name calls, like, Brian, you know, like, at your wedding, I you know, and all that stuff, or, you know, you're not invited. And I honestly think he has a lot of guilt. But he seems to be the only one that seems to actually show an iota of guilt, but then he's also like, I'm guilty, but whatever. I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do. Scientology ties. I wouldn't be surprised. There's a reason why they all have a church. Tax. Oh, good, Oglob, that you didn't listen or buy the book. You can find a parody copy on my Discord. Let me know if you would like it. And the audiobook parody. Nikki Shep says, I watched a documentary that said Britney Spears died years ago. And no, Brianna, I do not think that Britney is dead yet. I do think that she is not living, she's in a mental jail or probably a physical jail, to be honest, you know? I think the most likely is she is in probably a mental hospital, or like somebody said, probably an assisted living situation. It is interesting though that no one would break an NDA. There are no leaks or anything. All the leaks and blinds about her stop around 2020. But there are suspicious things like in 2022, her car being stopped that make me think that was actually her. So she's somewhere that there are not a lot of people because nobody is disclosing anything. Oh, thanks, Maya. My content has been your Roman Empire this year. That's really nice. And my dog saved my marriage. I talked about you in my last live. I was like, that is the best username I've ever seen. I was so excited when that bitch fucking commented. I'm like, finally, so I can tell you how much I like your username. And then Nikki, and it's a body double, had pictures of clear casket of her and Justin. Interesting. Could you send me the title of that documentary? Oh, is this about me? She's not avoiding any questions. She's on IG. I am on IG Live and TikTok Live. I am going back and forth between your guys' questions. Okay. Looks like they already got Bieber in sights. Yes, I do believe Bieber. It seems like everyone has a role. And if you can hang tang and do the shitty, creepy stuff that they're all like down to partake in, you can hang. Bieber, there's very dark blind items that Bieber did partake, and then that Bieber had a freak out, and Bieber cried, and Bieber disclosed it to his church, which honestly he shouldn't have done. His church is evil as shit, and I think that's why Bieber is now being pretty much controlled. Because he's falling out of line with whatever the fuck these people want to do. I have a video about the Bieber-Lou Taylor connection. I think it's around June. If you want to go through TikTok or Instagram. If not, YouTube. Oh, yes. About her brother being the leaker. A lot of the stories that the supposedly her brother's account on Instagram seems to leak, they seem legitimate and they seem like things what we're seeing. So okay, cool. I think I'm almost done catching up on TikTok. I know I'm trying to see the comments as fast as I can. Her documents are similar to elder care. What do you mean? I mean, technically, a conservatorship should be for someone in elder care. It should never be for someone that's as young as she was. But, you know, they shouldn't also lie and say she had dementia. Like, the fuck she have dementia? That doesn't happen at 26. Yes, Lou Taylor did liquefy the Britney Spears Foundation, which 2 videos ago I showed. It's a little bit creepy. There seems to be pedophilic symbols on the Britney Spears Foundation logo. I don't know why. Yeah, I could do a video about the correlations between Britney and Amanda Bynes. I've actually read articles. I think this law office did a really good job. They wrote a whole article saying what makes Amanda Bynes' situation much more different than Britney Spears is that, I mean, the conclusion they reach is Britney has more money and she's around more shady people who really want to take that money. All right, back to Instagram. Let's see. All right. Hey, Rebellion Heart, how are you doing? And thank you, Katie Ray Gunn. Disney is satanic as hell. Yeah, it seems... It's a lot... Yeah, it's very, very, something's not all right with Disney stuff. I mean, I was even watching a Disney cartoon the other day, and I'm like, is this for kids? That doesn't seem right. That's weird. Why would they do that? Children watch this. So the fact that so many of these people came from Disney and so that Disney has a hand in everything. I mean, it doesn't seem like by accident. Real Britney has a cute little bubble butt. She did. You can see it in the Glory video. They shoot to her ass immediately. And that's the first thing I noticed too. I'm like, her ass is completely different. The other bitch has a flat ass. Yes. Susie, it's very normal. People do keep getting kicked out of my lives. When I did the DJ live the other day, they kept actually kicking me off my own live. So I have a feeling it's on purpose. This will be posted on YouTube, by the way. Anyone who's watching who doesn't want to stay the whole time. And on TikTok. I'll post this on YouTube because, you know, YouTube, you could like post like shit for like 4 hours, honestly. I just didn't do the live on YouTube because nobody's fucking there. Like every time I log in, I'm like, nobody's here. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, okay, good. I'm glad my voice sounds fine. Britney is one piece to the puzzle she's connected to all. Yeah, I completely believe that. Where do the theories of Paris as a man come from? I'm very curious about the origin of that and how that came to be. I haven't personally seen anything about that. That's a new one for me. If anyone could explain that, I would be appreciative. Yes. Cade's bestie with the New York mayor. Who's the New York mayor currently? Yes, AJ McLean would be more closer to Britney than Lance Bass. I also believe that. They get along. Plus, you know, Lance seems to me to be like Justin's homeboy, and like that breakup was not nice, you know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Yars. I'm glad that my voice hasn't been weird. Let's see, what are your thoughts on celebs and cryogenics? Paris, Britney, and Simon Cowell have all expressed interest in the past. Is cryogenics the one where you freeze yourself? I think it's kind of creepy. I think Walt Disney was very interested in cryogenics. And I'm like, nobody wants your fucking old ass that's racist back here. You're not going to make Disney better. I mean, you gave us Steamhouse Willie. That's the creepiest version of Mickey. Sometimes when I wonder, when they're talking about things they're interested in, like cryogenics, I wonder if they're just trying to sell it. Like how Paris Hilton was talking about NFTs for the longest time. Oh, yes. No, the Stolen Diaries from 2007, 2008. I definitely think those are the basis of her book. America is a greedy monster. Yes, I'll be posting this on YouTube and Rumble. Thoughts on the rumors that Britney and Justin were killed in a car accident in 2001? They're interesting. I looked at the guy, Kramer, who posted the videos. Some things seem to check out, but his videos and him personally seem a little bit sketch. 1, 2, and 3 are like really shittily done, which like a little seem more authentic. And all of a sudden by like part 5 of his videos, he got a video editor. That was weird. I was like, okay, well, what's with the video editor? And then he got like a microphone, and a lot of it also just doesn't seem to... Like, why would they fly this random DJ? He wasn't even the one that fucking witnessed it. I think that's the part that gets me. His friend witnessed it. Relayed it to him and his co-radio host. And then they were like, oh my god, this just in. Our friend just saw Britney Spears in a car crash. Like, that motherfucker, the friend who saw it, should have been the one that was driven to whatever this underground fucking, like, bunker and questioned and, like, you know, pretty much sounds like Men in Black. To be like, you didn't see shit. So, I don't know. That's a little bit weird. And 2001 seems to be too early, to be fair. Because Britney, her face and the doubles becoming more rampant doesn't seem to actually fall until around when Original Doll was supposed to come out. She was following the plan to a T, it seems, into the zone. So around 2005, 2006. If you were to say she got in a car crash then, I could believe that. Because that's also when the weird HIV rumors start, too. A lot of weird shit happens. There are, like, certain segments in her life that I've noticed that were strange. That, yeah, she could have died. 2001 is not one of them. It's 2004, 2005, 2008, 2000, maybe 15 to 2016. And then 2020 to 2021. Yeah, those are the weird years. Thoughts on the... Okay, let's see. But if she did die like an OD, would they hide it? I don't see why they would hide it. Because there are numerous reports that say that people make way more money. Prince's estate made more money post-death. Michael Jackson's estate made more money post-death. It's in everyone who's financially invested in Britney Spears to be happier. It'd be different if she had died of an overdose in her prime when she was supposed to be squeaky clean. That I could see them hiding. You know? I don't... Like, for her... People, like... Especially record industries, they love when people die. Because they're like, oh, nostalgia. People are going to buy the shit out of her fucking albums for years. Then they could do, like, what they're doing with Whitney Houston now. Using her likeness to make hologram concerts. And enrich themselves further, is what I think. Let's see, where is the Brian? You could look up Brian Spears podcast interview. I think it takes place in 2021. Then, I mean, I think if you YouTube also, like, body language expert, like, that's the one that pops up. What if she's alive but doesn't want to do anything, have nothing to do with the business anymore, but with contacts she doesn't have any choice, so that's why they use AI? I hear that theory a lot. I don't personally believe it, just because... Well, I don't really believe it just because... From the interviews and stuff I've seen of her, I don't really feel like she would want such a huge portion of her fan base to be this worried about her. I could be completely wrong. And again, there's a very weird humiliation aspect of the way they portray her, as if she is alive, being like, bitch, get to work. We're gonna make you look weirder. And, like, drag her name and, like, her image through the mud. It's weird. Now I'm gonna go back to TikTok. Let's see. See, where was I last? Thank you for the heart, Nikki Shep. What's your take on Jamie Lynn as a stand-in? I think she was a stand-in during the time that Britney was in Maui. That one looks very much like Jamie Lynn to me. The body is weird. It seems like one of the first iterations of deepfakes, so the best solution would be to use her baby sister, who has similar features, you know what I mean? So, like, they could fuck up on the, like, you know, the AI or whatever the fuck, but, like, you know, yeah, she looks close enough to Britney. I mean, like an elfish version, but, you know, kind of. Let's see. Jamie Lynn's interview where she reads her text, yeah, the Call Me Daddy interview, and Britney has no reply. That seems like part of a narrative. You know, did you see how eager she was? Like, I texted my sister and she didn't respond. Like, if you really were texting your sister, it would be like a bunch of texts like, bitch, I'm fucking texting you back. hello, hello, where are you? I just called you. There's none of that. It seems very I don't know, like it fits a narrative. Like she was told, okay, so then you're gonna say that you texted Britney, you did all this good stuff, and she just didn't text you back because she's a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, she wants her freedom, but she's also lazy as fuck, which I mean doesn't really actually make sense. Let's see. I don't want to imagine when was the last time we actually saw Britney. I believe it's around 2016. I don't think any of her is from 2017 onward. Yes, there are lots of comments, and I think I'm going fast enough. I think TikTok, Instagram puts more comments, so that's why I come back to TikTok a little bit later. Those videos on YouTube of her property just look unkept and deserted. It is unkept and deserted. You know, locals around the area, and I think I have several followers that live near her home that have told me that it is abandoned looking. If it looks like a duck, it walks like a duck. It's likely a duck. What do I think will become the trial? Nothing. It's theatrics. You ever watch Chicago? That give them that razzle dazzle. Look, we're getting justice for Britain. No, we're not. I mean, why aren't they going after anything hard? Why does her lawyer let so many statutes of limitations pass? I think that was like what clued me in. Like, is this all for show? Because why does this guy suck? I thought he was a big fucking prosecutor. He should know when the fucking deadlines are. He has a fucking paralegal. He should be on his shit. He's at a big law firm. Oh, Justin Bieber spilled his guts at an AA meeting too? Oh, that's interesting. One of the correlations is MK Ultra. Yeah, MK Ultra is it's interesting. It's also interesting that it was given to us, like the information by the CIA, which the CIA is also known. Just kidding, not really, allegedly, to purposely put false information out to distract and confuse us. So I feel like a lot of these things have truth and a lot of these things are real, but the actual logistics and the actual facts are obscured so that we actually don't get a good picture. So if you kind of just take the base idea of a lot of these things, it's kind of like, you know, if you look at a bunch of religions, they're all saying the same shit, you know, which means there is a grain of truth in all of that. So a lot of these theories, I think, have the same kind of idea to me. I tagged you in a video of her talking, Brian Spears is misogynist. Yes, he is a misogynist, but I do think he loves or is in love with his sister. Not to make it super Freudian, but like the whole them sleeping in a bed together, the whole his new girlfriend looking like her, a younger version, his weird control. There's stories about dancers where he was helping to, I guess, keep her manipulated and like would tell the dancers to cancel on her so that she felt sad and lonely. They did live together briefly in 2016, which everyone seems to neglect or forget. Mandela effect. So I have heard the theory that some people have told me, more super fans and followers of her, that it does actually look like they have removed some videos of her and they're altering some of the older videos to look like what we see now. And I actually do think that probably is happening. It wouldn't be hard. It's literally if, like, you know, you had access to like more special permissions on YouTube, you would just replace video with whatever you concocted, you know. Reality as technology improves is going to be harder to what's the word, understand or differentiate, because major companies and major like really rich people do get access and can do stuff like this, you know. Let's see. Let's see. Sloan Bella on YouTube put a video about Britney a while back that was interesting. Is that the psychic? Is that the one that where she said that Britney Spears is being held captive in her body and she's being used? Because that was very interesting. Thank you for the flower chasing, Amy. Your name is funny. Yeah, Lance is not paying attention, but I also think Lance is an industry plant. Where have I been? Oh, I've been shadow banned, Amanda. So, I mean, I've been here. There's tons of videos, you know. Just TikTok is hiding me. So, you know, shame on them. But, you know, if you want to see my shit more, you should probably go on Instagram or YouTube. All right, we're going to go back to Instagram now. Because what if she's alive? I think we talked about this one already. Maybe they're trying to upload her consciousness. Very likely. Could be. Discord parody. For legal reasons, I cannot say what I have, but I could tell you, you can have it for free. Victor Wambayama incident. I have 3 videos. I don't think it's her. It looks AI generated to me. And another follower brought up a really great point that she thinks, and I agree, that her talking about the Victor Wambayama thing sounds like audio spliced from probably what happened in 2016. My best friend grabbed me. You know, her best friend in Vegas, maybe. It doesn't have to be Cade. It seems like, and if it's a PR thing, it was, you know, doctored and created. They made that whole incident based on whatever fucking audio they had. That actually, to me, it checks out. Why I was in Vegas? Because she's living in Vegas in 2016. The last audio recordings that we have of her. Plus, her narration when she talks about the Victor Wambayama thing don't match with the video that they created. And also the weird AI glitches. Lou started an LLC with Jamie Watson about 5 years ago. That's Jamie Lynn's husband, right? Before Jamie and Jamie Lynn met. Think Lou set out the marriage for her advantage? I think Lou does everything for her advantage. So, yes. Clearly, tech is heavily involved testing out AI. Yes, there's a lot of things about Crow Company. Interesting enough, I was on the Crow website. I tried to download something. I could not download it, and it was just my IP address because I asked somebody else to download it for me, and it was perfectly easy for them to do. So, have that with what you may. Crow is into security and stuff like that. There's also been links to, I think, Russian assassins and stuff, which then, if you think about the Trump tweet, it's all falling in line a little bit, aren't you? She hides while everything comes out, trying to find a way to bring it out there with a real lawyer. And the point is, like why do you? Whatever, do what you want with AI. I find that she's not a free will because a lot of what's happening to Britney Spears clearly to me seems to be not to her advantage. Even if she was like, whatever, do with the AI. It seems like she's being forced to do it. She's being forced to be quiet. She's being forced to something because the contracts with AI are invalid if the conservatorship is indeed invalid. Because they were made when somebody had no, ability to contract. So. And also just with the fucking, the legal proceedings are fucked. There's so much corruption that it seems essential to shut her the fuck up. You know what I mean? So when people are like, oh, I think she's happy and, she's just like, yeah, just do whatever you want with my likeness. That could be happening, but to me, it seems much more likely that she could bring a lot of people fucking down because she's fucking angry. She's lost her life. She did not receive her children. So much has been taken from her. She's no holds back Britney. She's like, everyone's gonna go the fuck down. And they're like, drug her out. So that's where I'm at. Has anyone ever contacted you saying that they live near her? What's the current state of her home? Yes, I had followers from the beginning when I started that lived near her. They even told me that a kid had a drone and flew the drone at her house and it looks deserted. People have done videos on TikTok where they look at Google images of her home and it is in disarray. Thank you so much, XXX Birdo, for keeping me in your prayers. Where is Scooter Braun? I have no idea. Has anyone ever hollered at you from from the CAA camp? I find it odd that Andrea Benedetto was approached, but I feel like you're much closer to the truth than her or Alan Ashton, for that matter. They both were, supposedly, but I would think they would be. I don't think they would approach me because I've made so many fucking videos being like, if you're gonna try to sell me out, motherfucker, I need $1 trillion for all my followers. So until they have that fucking $1 trillion, they can all shut the fuck up. Can I share a specific point in time when I first noticed the difference? I did not know or think anything was AI generated until I put a bunch of Britney videos. You can watch it. It's on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And I realized they were all doing the same motion. So to me, it looked like it's either computer generated, they're deep fakes, or motion capture. They've set up a figure to do the same. Touch my dress, look up, look down, flash myself, look to the side, smile, and the fact that she doesn't talk. When you put them all together and you see it, it's hard to dismiss that something super sinister is happening. Because why would they go through all this fucking trouble? So that was the first video I noticed the glitches personally. And then I watched other creators who were going through glitches. I didn't do glitches for a long time because I didn't want to step on their fucking toes. But then I realized, why don't they just look, when you edit videos, it's frames. Look at pictures. And then I had read that AI had, so the second video I think that I actually started looking through and seeing the glitches is, there's a video that I went through her wedding. I brightened up the images, and I went through frame by frame, and then there's weird distortions. In between frames, they'll get weird morphing. I haven't read anything, but I personally have just seen it when I run things through Remini, which uses AI to correct photos and videos. I noticed that in between frames, even a real video that I made, AI will sometimes in one frame make something weird, which would then do that morphing thing. So that's why. And that's not a dumb question at all. Yes, if she had a stroke, the elder care would make sense. What's interesting then is that they found a facility where nobody was just a gossiping gal. It's a little bit weird. What is my opinion about those accounts that are always like, she is not okay now? Complete did a 180 and say she is free and living her best life. I think they were all paid out. You can always change your mind. But when oh shit. Oh my god, I guess you guys, I was kicked off on TikTok for answering a question of what do I think of plants. So take that with what you may. I'm going to try to go back on the TikTok live. But telling, is it not? Jesus, you guys. Was that the question that was so bad to get me in trouble? My. So while I try to log back on TikTok, I will go back to not TikTok, Instagram. I will go back to TikTok comments. I am sorry I've neglected you. But I have to try to go back on. In between both these lives, I think we have like 80 or 100 people. Which is probably why they're like, shut her the fuck up. So let me try to go back on live here. And then I will get to your questions. Kicked off. Britney Q's part 2. Public. Next. Copy this. Go here. And I click go live. Oh, and there we are. All right. I was kicked off of Instagram, but I'm going to be taking the TikTok questions first. So, I find it interesting that I was kicked off at the question of what do I think of the people who've changed their mind? They're plants. So, if you didn't hear me the first time, you heard me now. And if they kick me off again, that means we're on the money. Because why the fuck did they keep doing that? And I'll go back to that question after again. Let's see. Thank you, Amanda. I'm glad I always made the most sense. Yes, it is the perfect recipe to be shadow banned, but that's how much I don't really care about being famous. Except if you listen to WTF Bianni, who's like, she's such a fucking sellout. I'm like, am I, bitch? Because I'm making videos about Britney when you're talking about like your fucking little, like, I don't even fucking know. And like giving me weird fucking theories that make no sense. Whatever. That's a different day. That's probably going to be a podcast, you know, because I don't care at this point. You know, I'm not here. I feel like I'm a reality TV contestant. I'm not here to make fucking friends. Because I'm not. Diary stolen by her own team. 100% believe. Yep. Yes, it does let us know we're on the right track when they keep trying to limit the amount of people that watch my videos. And look at us. We're 63 big on TikTok and 38 on Instagram. You guys are killing it. Yes, there's a lot of talk about bunkers and the whole conspiracy stuff. I'm very interested to understand why bunkers. I mean, it's a lot of like, what is the word? Apocalyptic books too. Getting closer to the center of the core of the earth where it's colder, but isn't hotter. I'm confused. Yeah. I'm very scared of the public poof, but I try to keep it light, so hopefully we don't get there. Seem like a rabbit hole to make people look crazy. Yeah, I do think that there are certain conspiracies that they propagate more. One is the Britney Spears teeth. That's bullshit. They were trying to do that to dismiss people being like, the very valid point that her teeth are completely fucking different. And they're like, oh, yeah, she's wearing a pacifier. Have you ever seen ravers? Their teeth don't get that fucked up. Hey, T-Dog VT, how are you? Her kids aren't her kids. I've heard that theory. It's very deep for me. I've never really explored that area. I don't see too much yet to understand that. Her son, Jaden, looks just like her, but boy, so I don't know. They can all have life insurance on her and their livelihoods. Yes, they do all have life insurance on her. I have a whole video series about that. It's called a key person clause. You can literally say, like, because this person is my bread and butter, I should get $1 million when they die. And you could actually get that. It's crazy. Let's see. Chasing Amy, which doesn't align with the bait that made her conform. I think you're talking about the children not being hers. Whitney and Amy Winehouse. Yes, they're very... What I find interesting about Whitney Houston is the fact that they sold her likeness rights immediately and they're using her as a holographic image. Same thing with Michael Jackson. Seems a lot of the industry people were aware of where technology was going and what was going to happen to them after life. Robin Williams is most famous for being like, fuck no. You know? Oh, thank you guys for the gifts. Let's see. The call on the censorship. I think that did happen. I'm not sure if it happened in 2021. There are a lot of hearings that the minutes have been sealed. So, I think it's from an older hearing. Or if it was her, I don't know. I don't think it's actually her in real time with the judge because it doesn't sound like two people in the, like, you know, actually having a conversation with each other, like, you know, like kind of talking at each other. It's a bit weird to me. Let's see. I do think that Britney would explain first, then dip. Yes. Sarah Owen says, I think Scientology is a huge part. I believe religion is a huge part. I believe there's a business of religion. I believe that everyone is making a fucking religion to get through the taxes. And that the religion, nothing has really changed in like centuries. From Roman history to now, religion and and the government should never go together, but they're always intersecting. And they're always being used as powers for the main people. Game of Thrones does great analogies with that shit until the later seasons when they're writing a shit. Yes, Britney is a core memory to a huge percentage of people, which I don't think they anticipated. Like, they knew she was famous, but honestly, they're not Britney fans. So they're like, well, I mean, how fucking famous can she be? We can get away with this crime. I have outwardly said so many times that my sister was the Britney Spears fan, but I was impacted with that because I'm her sister and I had to go to concerts with her and, like, you know what I mean? So if I didn't even want to be a fan, I literally have grown up with Britney Spears, and I believe there's many people like that. It's hard to see then this happen to someone you've literally seen your whole life. Char Morningstar said that about the Mandela effect and them changing the narrative and video. What did she say about the Mandela effect and them changing the narrative and video? I'm not following. What's your most logical theory for Britney? That she had a stroke in 2016. She's been heavily medicated and she is being drugged out of her mind. And they're using her for all she has the money for until she eventually passes and they can profit off more. They're too afraid to kill her because they don't want to deal with insurance fraud and the IRS. That is my most believable theory, I think. I think I've covered most of those parts in videos already. And I think they are using her page, and they might have likely used her in several trafficking things because, again, they are trying to squeeze as much lemon out of the get as much lemonade out of the lemon as they can. And part of it's for revenge because she was going to out the fuck out of them. It's incredibly dark, and I'm sorry. I have a friend who is a spirit medium. She says Britney's spirit is very sad. Positive she's alive. Most of the psychics seem to say that, and I don't doubt it. The psychic video crystal clear says Britney's a reflection of her society. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me that she's probably is a reflection of our society. Most pop culture events like this are actually a reflection of us and our society. I mean, like, just in general, because it's our attitudes to things. Yeah, the Crystal Clear series, I haven't watched all of it. It seems legitimate because she does not look like a bitch who knows much about Hollywood and contracts, and what she's saying is incredibly on point, which is, she does not look like she knows. But she's, like, explaining those contracts really well that I'm like, okay, something is talking to her. I haven't watched enough, though, to, like, completely be like, I 100% believe that, because I don't know. River Red and Channel B. I actually didn't make that connection. I just saw, I listened to a lot of people's stories, and then I was able to bridge it. The Channel 8 was from Let's Free Britney. I don't remember what I said about River Red. Oh, well, the River Red, yeah. The account, I can't tell if they're just fucking with us, makes a lot of allusions to AI and technology. It's weird. A lot of her videos and a lot of her pictures are actually AI generated, and they give credit to AI artists, so it's incredibly weird. Do you believe it's true that her dad is really who she says? Do I think that her dad is her dad? I don't see any reason to not at this moment. He looks like a man who would sell his daughter out for drugs or money. So I don't really see the benefit of pretending this sleazeball man is her dad when he's not. Fun fact, a follower on Discord found the family tree and realized that Lynn and Jamie Spears are like second cousins. They're literally cousins. It's gross. Let's see. They put the family tree on Discord if you're interested. Why is she being used as a front for trafficking? Look up Anthem Talent Agency. I think a lot of them are being used as that. I think there's a lot of people that are mentioned in the book are on that website. A lot of connections that I could never piece together. Everyone from the wedding is on that website. Definitively, I don't know what it is, but it's not nothing. I can tell you that. Anthem, talent agency. I've never seen a talent agency that only specializes in business events. Weird. All right, back on to Instagram. I wish Instagram wouldn't scroll up when I go to the TikTok comments, because then I'm like, where the fuck was I? Okay, here. Suck it, Instagram. Yeah. You hear me? Plants. Sorry, I couldn't stay earlier. Oh, don't worry about it. It's going to be on YouTube. But I'll probably have to end in like maybe 10, 15 minutes because my voice is cracking a little bit. So what's my exact theory? The entire Hollywood system is disgusting and very profiting. And I don't know if I made that podcast episode, but for an entire industry to have been plagued by the rumors that they've been plagued with, rumors don't start from nowhere. Myths don't start from nowhere. There's a little bit of truth to everything. And there's always the narrative of Hollywood having pedo rings, sex rings, trafficking. Why? Probably because some of it is there. It makes sense when you have a small group of people who are in charge of power, who are giving the ability to dictate something. That tends to happen, and human beings are fucked up. Whenever like a little bit of them get power, they're like, I'm gonna fucking trip on this. The whole world is so weird. All creators who got me curious believe now it's her and she's writing. Yeah, no, I seen that. It is hard to be on this side of things, you know. Like, I don't want to toot my horn. I'm like, I'm the face of being like, it's not her, you guys. But it kind of feels that way when everyone else has been like, oh my lord, is that Britney Jean? And it's like, no. It turns out a lot of people will take very little to say bullshit, is what I think. And if they're going to fight me on this, they can bring some credible fucking facts instead of their just fucking opinions. Because all they give is opinions. Whereas we are literally seeing glitches. We are literally seeing physically in front of us things that would lead you to question. You know who doesn't question? A bitch that's paid off. But you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is incredibly disheartening. But you know, Britney creators are not super mainstream. They're not super big. So they're actually the perfect people. If you were trying to pay people off, these are the ones to do it. Like, you're not even big yet, bitch. Do you want to be big? Because we can help get you there. Some of the leading ones that claim it's her, look at their followings since June. Look at their comments. Look at their video views. I literally saw on one of them post their analytics. Their analytics make no sense to have gotten the traction that they got. So I think it says like people watched like 10 seconds, and this video got, I think, 800,000 views. My video got 250,000 views, and people watched for like 3 minutes. It got more comments, more shares, and all that stuff. Yet their video went to 800,000. TikTok does a thing called heating videos. TikTok was also moving its servers in June of this year from I think Singapore to Texas, run by I think Cisco. A lot of content creators that were more talking about conspiracy related things were shadow banned at that time. Correlation? It seems like it's not nothing. So I'm just saying, it now seems like TikTok, to me, is being used as propaganda. Instagram's a bit different. It's like the Wild West because they can't even stop their algorithm from sending shit to pedophiles, which is a huge fucking problem. And they're just, so their algorithm has just gone rampant. It's like, whatever, I'm going to send it to whoever the fuck. The pedos want what the pedos want. The people want what the people want. So it's not because Instagram's better. They just can't control their algorithm, which, thank God for us. Then, we have a platform. Whereas TikTok was able to seem to manipulate it, and now it seems to be pushing certain narratives. I hope it wasn't offensive what I said about the other creators. I used to care more because I'm like, well, what if? But a lot of them went on like a weird bullying spree and like smearing my campaign, like my fucking accounts with lies that I'm like, no, fuck off. I don't give a fuck no more. I'm that reality contestant. I don't care. And plus, I'm shadow banned so much that like, if you said I was here for clout, this is not the way to get it. I was trying to ask a question and it wouldn't let me post. That happens a lot. People get banned from commenting on my videos and my videos, and they get banned on TikTok and Instagram quite often. Or they'll get other accounts that go and get their pages taken down. Like, if you're someone that left a lot of comments on my shit because you liked it, I'm sorry if you get attacked after, because there's a service that some PR agencies do that's not well known, where it's called, I don't know if it's called Pods, but the lady who did the blind item, Marissa, whatever, I don't trust that lady that much. I mean, she's cool. Well, like, I don't trust her. But she said that she called them pods. Their job is literally to leave shitty comments or to try to influence the commenters in a creator's page. So not to influence you guys, thinking it's one of you guys, but it's not. Which is honestly quite clever. I was listening to a podcast with Nikki Deloche, who was in the girl band. Yes, that one. She said that Larry Rudolph called Lou Pearlman asking for a 15-year-old girl to sign with Jive. Yes. Breathe Heavy has a very extensive timeline of Britney Spears. It goes into that Lou Pearlman did introduce Britney and connect him with Larry Rudolph. So I think there's a lot more that could be discovered about that. I don't know, but there's, it's strange. I heard Justin Timberlake has an older daughter who is like 16 years old. Yeah, I heard that too. And like, he still had Britney have the abortion. It's probably honestly true. I mean, at his like height, he probably like slept with tons of women. I don't know why he forced Britney to have an abortion, but not like the other one. Probably because maybe the other one said no. And Britney has unfortunately been controlled even before the conservatorship. Like, there's a lot of writings and things that said that, her life was really never her own. That's why you see Rebellion start 2005, the original Doll album. World needs more people like you. I will always be. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Magna Animated. I hope I said it correctly. Let's not forget that Lou Taylor was involved with both Michael Jackson and Prince's estate. Interesting enough, Michael Jackson had beef with Sony, and then after his death, surprisingly, his estate sold all the music back to Sony. Weird. Hey, Brittany's Apple. Yeah, I would love to hear your theory, Brit. I'm sorry you were kicked out again, Susie. Honestly, that happens to a lot of people. So, everyone, the badge of honor is that you get kicked out or banned. It's shitty. But congrats and welcome to my page. You think that Britney is being trafficked by a Mexican narco cartel? I think it's worse. I think she's being trafficked by an American company. It's happening here in our homeland. They're just trying to make it look like it's Mexico's problem, but it's not. Our people are the worst ones. Nikki Hilton married a Rothschild, correct. Paris shows up with a baby that even her aunt did not know about, correct. Some creators have made videos about the baby. It's sus. The ears, the head shape. Kind of looks like Britney when she was little. Definitively nothing to go on. But say, a scorned lover. Lots of blind items. Lots of looks like Paris was in love with Britney at one point. Allegedly. You know, you gossipy bitch like I am. I'm like, oh my god, that makes a lot of fucking sense. Seems like she was in love triangle with Lindsay Lohan, and Britney was her main bae, and Lindsay was like, ah, but I love you, Paris, and like, say you were like a scorn lover, but you really fucking love that person. Wouldn't you love to have their baby? The last thing of them to connect you. I don't know. Could be. If it was, that would make sense, but I don't know. The actors that were fighting about the usage in AI, so clearly it's been used for a long time before the public were hip on it. Correct. So say she did die. Her family couldn't have been. I'll look for your number 2. I'm sorry you keep getting banned, Susie. You can email me the question or Discord it, and I will get back to it. Britney's IG is a sex trafficking map. Yeah, I could see that. I'm not sure what the sex trafficking map is, but yeah, I could see that. You know what I mean? It does look like it's being used in that vein. I don't think you're the only person that's happening to Susie. I'm seeing comments on TikTok that people not being able to write comments and they're being muted. Yeah, it seems like maybe that was a contractual obligation that her account make peace with her mom and sister so they both look better. So they could sell better books, right? Why make her IG look messy and weird? Because I think they spurned the conspiracy. So when they're using her account for whatever they're using it for, no one's noticing that. The amount of people that go on her account can account for it. The video of the knives has as much videos as a random video of her in a red dress with a Christmas tree. I think Christmas trees are used because you can hide a lot of things in the pixels. That's why there's a weird fucking Christmas tree all the fucking time. Think about it though. Why does this weird Christmas tree video have 45 million views and the weird knife video have 45 million views? You know, to the cops, you could say like, well, you know, her account's fucking crazy. People always love to go to her account. Or a bunch of pedos are going to her account. And you can use the guys like, yeah, her account's crazy. People love going on her account. Thank you, Natasha. I'm happy that my videos are funny because this is so fucking heavy. Alright, I'm going to take a break from Instagram and go back to TikTok. Do you think her angry tweets are really her or AI programmed to give us hope? I think they were initially her. I think they are now AI giving us hope. The initial patterns that I used to see in the ones that felt like her don't seem to appear anymore. Other people seem to have fallen in the same agreement with me about that. There was a certain vibe. It's vibes. Vibes are actually a real thing. We are actually, scientifically, you are giving out frequencies of vibes. Everything I found prior was through the captions that took place long ago. Maybe I'm just incredibly lucky and it was dumb luck and those were just like trafficking shits and like I figured some stuff out, but they meant nothing. But that's how I found what I found originally was through the captions. They were snarky. The green screen caption, for instance, I don't think AI gave us that. That seemed like her. That energy or presence of writing those captions is gone. I don't look at her Instagram anymore, and I don't look at her captions because I don't feel that energy. I'm not a super spiritual person, but that is a monster, whatever is posting now. I don't like looking at her Instagram. If I can avoid it, I try to. When I see an incredibly horrible video, I do a video because people can't fucking believe this shit's her. But, yeah. The ones that were written in December of 2022, I think, are her. Because I have told several people this. The reason I got into making these videos is, I've been watching her Instagram. I'm like, that's weird. Trauma does that shit. I guess she's working through her shit. And then she posted a picture of Jamie Lynn on her birthday, and I went, wait, she fucking hates that bitch because I hate that bitch. I'm like, that was Britney Spears sending the bat signal to me, being like, bitch, I need you. I don't love my sister. And I'm like, I know. And then I started paying real close attention to her videos after that. So I do think that time period was her. I had talks with another person. I do think that after she had initially the post conservatorship, she was a little bit untouchable. Like people could, like she could do some shit. I do think that if she is ever in her captions or ever does have some freedom, I do believe she's a little bit Stockholm syndromed. It would be natural. I do believe that sometimes she does voluntarily go along with it, but ultimately she is being coerced and controlled, and like the Elvis movie. You know what I mean? Like he could have fucking hired a lawyer, but like he didn't fucking know any better, and he was just like, well, my daddy says I have to work. Elvis and her have a lot of parallels. Contract law is king. Damn, 68 fucking messages on TikTok? How the fuck am I gonna catch up? Okay. Do you think I think the new angry tweets are programmed by AI. People have asked me what I thought about the nerds thing. I don't think that's her. The fuck she calling people nerds for? That was weird. It makes no sense. Like, I don't know. It doesn't even follow like her pattern of like speaking, or like my little Britney Apples or some shit. I don't know. That would make a little bit more sense to me. I definitely believe he sexually abused her. I don't know who you're talking about, but yes, probably. I can't believe we caught you. Fruity Pebbles 570. I haven't seen you in a while. Happy holidays. K-Fed does know something's going to happen soon, and he did move the kids to Hawaii, where the age to receive money and have them not be able to be their own people and talk about whatever is happening is higher. Food for thought. Sometimes, and I think they have more privacy laws in Hawaii. Thank you, Matthew Parker. I don't know how to use stenography because I don't code. There are ways you can use websites that do simplistic versions. I guess technically I have actually made a video, an image with stenography. You can use an app called Hiderman, which I'm pretty sure is only used for like not good videos. And it's free. And you can hide video and files and also extract if you have the right password. So actually I have made video. I have done it. Like the kiddie version of that. You could too. It's extremely easy. It's like attaching an attachment in an email. The reason we can't extract from her is we need to know the password. I have an older app that sometimes gives false negatives that did say that Hiderman was the app, and that's why I looked into that. What is Britney Spears' Red account? I believe it's an account made by her team to throw everyone off and write in a similar fashion to her account and make people think it's her. It had images that were on Sam's Twitter or her Twitter that somebody had showed me that does make it look like it's a T-Con account. I have a theory that the 2019 facilities, they changed her, that she can't be undone. What's your take? I also agree with that, but I don't think it was 2019 when that happened. I believe she stayed there 2016. I'm sorry that you were kicked off, Sarah Owen. Epstein connection. Yes, there are pictures of Britney partying with Rachel Chandler. If you don't know who Rachel Chandler is, she's in a lot of pictures with Epstein people and his island. It's weird. There's not a lot known about her. She's supposed to be a socialite. I don't know. She's supposed to work for like some magazine, but I don't know. I don't really think so. Matthew Parker. Instagram keeps banning me. Highly suspicious activity from Instagram and TikTok tonight. Thank you, Matthew. I'm glad that you don't think I'm a sellout. Because where's the money? Okay, I could use some of that money right now. I'm having a pest control issue. It'd be way easier to hire a man to go and kill these motherfuckers that are like these they're fucking rats, okay? These fucking rats. Here I am though, trying to buy BB guns and be like, I'm gonna kill them when I see them. I haven't made videos. This has taken over my whole fucking life. I live in fear. I've killed one. But I guess I just need to talk about it. It's been a lot, you guys. I can't even think about Britney because I'm like, I'm afraid of Chuck E. Cheese here. Let's see. Clones are not real. That's making a direct clone that looks like you today. Yes, that's not possible. Clones are real. Barbara Streisand has cloned her dog 3 times. I don't know when it happened, but clone research has incredibly progressed. But no, you cannot I cannot take a little slice of my DNA and have like a version of me that looks my age. If anything, that would be a little embryo that would later look like me in 30 years. So, but their clone technology is there. Yes, the French Polynesian timeline is weird as fuck. The Brian Rennick thing. Yeah, it's weird. I haven't really looked into it. I think I thought it was a distraction, so I ignored it. I'm highly wary when people haven't tried to gear me towards that the way, but I don't follow anything unless I am actually interested. So, who is Young Coconut? I am Young Coconut. Okay, I think I got to most of these TikTok comments. I think I accidentally skipped some in the middle because of the app being weird. We'll go back to Instagram before they ban them again. Let's see. Where are we? My Discord link is in my link tree in my bio on Instagram and TikTok. And it says join our Discord. Susie, you're not annoying. Instagram's being annoying, and I'm sorry for you. Yes, Amy Winehouse's life was incredibly sad, and especially, I think it's a common trend. Even I don't know, the Hollywood people where things look peachy and merry. Like, I'm not even sure how I feel about Vici's family. I haven't watched a lot about them, but I don't know. I'm sus about everyone who had their hand dipped into money, and you know what I mean? Like Vici says, why didn't you, I don't know, go harder with authorities? Like, you really think that's how your son passed? Like, honestly. Like, I don't really believe I don't know. I feel like money, it's so fucked up, and their families, just fuck them up. The family worked with Team Con until, okay, this is your number 2, until the AI fight, and then the fam had no way of winning because she already passed. I think the family worked with Team Con, and I think the family negotiated a settlement because the family was used as a scapegoat. That's why nobody said shit when the book pretty much dragged them through the mud. I do believe they're all in on the AI. I do believe that there's going to be no fight against Britney. Her family's not going to stand up. And I do think that part of the contract was that the Britney would make up with them. Drink some water. Oh, yeah. I don't do a lot of these lives, and honestly, it's a lot of pressure on my sheath. There's a lot of comments. But I feel like I'm trying to answer most of them because I don't do lives a lot. So I'm like, okay, well, this is your one for until I remember again, because I won't. Because I don't know. I feel most people work better in a bubble where they're not influenced, and when I make videos, I sometimes just disconnect from even the Discord, which I feel bad. And I think most of you will notice I don't answer your messages and I don't answer your comments because I just disconnected because I'm working on something. I'm like, real, that definition of creatives, like, they're so fucking finicky. Like, Jesus. They're like, I'm working on my craft. They're like, so you're just gonna be a dick. Essentially, yes. Yeah, money really does cause people to be evil as shit. I think Larry Potter is a plant for TikTok and TeamCon because he said that Kate Hudson is. He said something about Kate Hudson, like, and that guy's handsome. And I'm like, how much did they pay you for that line? That was weird. Also, I feel like a lot of people do like his shit because it's very positive. I mean, it's nice. He's also, to me, Larry Potter, too smart to say some of the dumbass shit he says. So somebody paid him for that, which then makes him smart. Don't say dumb shit unless someone pays you. Yeah, Britney wanted to release all the information. It's weird everything's being covered up. Oh, don't worry about taking so long to write it. I don't know how to say your username, to be honest. Bridget. A lot of people are getting kicked off, and it's taking me a while to read shit. I wish people would stop liking her Instagram posts too. It's just a little thing, just to me too, because I'm like, that's not her, and I wouldn't like something masquerading as me getting any type of attention, or even people thinking it was me. I don't know. Well, thank you for the gifts, whoever. I saw that shit pop up on TikTok. It was like a nice gift. I don't know what it was. Ooh, GG. Oh, the dinosaur. Oh, that was cool. I like dinosaurs. Oh, I was shut down earlier, so I'm actually surprised that Instagram, I mean, has not shut down this live, or that it wasn't reported on TikTok. Honestly, this is the most people I've ever had on a live on TikTok or Instagram. Last time I did a whole Britney live, but I was shadow banned so hard. I think only I think we had 13 people show up. I think there's been like 100 or so people on here. My videos on steganography on YouTube are so good. I made my dad watch. Oh, I'm glad. Yes. There will be more YouTube videos that give more an overview just because it makes more sense to do that. I was actually having trouble trying to figure out how to redo my older videos because a lot of people come in at various times in this Britney Spears thing. So you can look at the YouTube for longer versions. I think going forward, I actually will just make abridged versions for TikTok and Instagram because nobody watches the part 6s, and then I get sad being like, damn, I guess I should have said part 6 and part 1 because that was actually really important. So, deep dives. Moving towards YouTube because it just makes more sense. Because it's hard to direct people to part 6 of a video where you can't search on TikTok. I mean, Instagram. Well, you can't search on TikTok really either. You can just go through playlists. But I'm glad that your dad found them useful. I'm not sure if Jamie's doing it for Britney's wishes to expose everyone. I think he did it because he was kicked to the curb and can't make more money off of her. But I have a super cynical view of her family. So when they say that her book is the best-selling book from a woman, they can technically say that probably because inflation. So they do that with movies all the time. Be like the best-selling movie of all time. Technically, it's true because of inflation. It actually has sold more money. So that's probably why. What's my TikTok? My TikTok is This Ninja Nerd, spelled correctly with an E instead of a 3. It's also in my link tree. Thank you, Rebellion Heart. I love you too. Wow, you're on a road trip and you can still see my video? That's honestly amazing. Who don't I trust? A lot of people. I would find it strange in the beginning when I was literally giving my research to people and sharing my information with other creators, and they never mentioned it. I didn't need the recognition, but don't you think if something was like groundbreaking, you'd kind of want to throw it out there, because the more knowledge gets spread out, the more everyone knows. But they would just act like they never saw my video, even though they commented on my video. That was extremely suspicious to me. I go by YC here on the internet. I find it easier and it makes me feel cool. Yes, I do worry about myself and the content that I share, but I think that I'm too small fry at the moment, and they've done a good job of suppressing the spread of whatever I have to say on TikTok, which was probably their biggest fear. Instagram is a great site for people who are returning followers, but TikTok was really, I think, where they were afraid, because TikTok will push you out to more people. And I think the more people that would have seen my videos may have propelled more people to change their mind on this Britney Spears stuff. So I really enjoy Instagram, because I really do like seeing followers comment back and come back. It's a little disheartening to see some of the Britney creators that I believe sold out have gained a mass following in the last few months, because they are saying the message that she's good, that's her. And my videos, I think, get like 1,000 views, and like, it's not by accident, it's by design, you know, because my videos aren't the best videos, but they're the only ones saying what the fuck I'm saying right now. And what's the harm of that spreading? More people will start saying that. So you know, I don't know. But I also think what I noticed about a lot of the people who were afraid for their lives, they were like in it. You know what I mean? Like Cappy was in it. You know what I mean? And like, he was actually in Hollywood. I'm an outsider. If anything were to happen to me, it would actually look incredibly suspicious and pretty much confirm a lot of people thinking that I was correct. And that wouldn't be beneficial. And everything I would have to say is hearsay. But someone who's in it, who actually has videos or something, that's what I tell myself to feel not as afraid. They should be fucking afraid. But to answer your question, I'm the happiest I've ever fucking been. I would not, at any point in this year, feel like I didn't want to be here in this world, because I'm thriving. Life is good. I am not depressed. If anything, I'm the least depressed I've ever been. So I was figuring I should probably start saying that, like, hey guys, I'm super happy. Oh, really? I can't actually see who's watching. I know it says like 40 people are watching. TikTok says like, it's like it jumped from like 90 to 80. I don't know. Instagram has been like glitching a lot with my account. Probably because they can't like get the algorithm to stop sending the videos to you guys. So they're like, I don't know, just fuck it up some other way. I'm going to get off at 10 p.m. Okay? Or at most 10:10. Let's see. Where are the comments? People would want a sick girl. I'm not sure what you're referencing. Parents has a lot of male markers. Yeah, I've heard that. Badge of honor. Yeah, there is a weird delay. Paris's baby does look like Jaden. Agreed. Paris had a daughter and it's named London, for real. Wow, that's weird. Thank you for the gift. think your name had an A. Adrian or Antelic. I'll see at the end, but thank you so much. I'm sorry. Who did you say you don't trust? I don't trust. The only accounts that I trust are most of the ones I follow, and I like their stuff. I love Britney's mystery on TikTok, Mysterious Britney. I trust most of the smaller accounts. There is not a big account that I trust at all. The one I trust the least, that I think is definitely a plant, is Britney is not free on TikTok. That bitch talks to nobody. She pops up once in a fucking blue moon, and I believe she's been planted to make us look crazy. Because she makes these videos to go, look at this glitch, and then it shows nothing. So that people will take all of us to be of no substance. Because they see her video, and her videos always go viral. And I've watched them, and I'm like, what the fuck is she even showing? I even messaged her. I'm like, how come we never talked? Isn't it weird? On TikTok, it's a fairly small community. Like, there's so much fucking drama on TikTok. I've lived it. Like, I was barely in this motherfucker for a while, and honestly, they're annoying. But this bitch is in no drama. Britney is not free. That is her thing. She goes, got a clue? Email me. But she doesn't talk to any Britney creator? That's fucking bananas to me. Even, like, Conspiracy Bestie, who scammed the shit ton of people. She was still talking to people. She's still in there. You know, like, within the community. How's this one bitch who has the most fucking followers? She's most cited in articles and, like, yeah, articles about Britney. And the most, like, followers and viewers. Doesn't talk to anyone. It's weird. I see 42 people are watching. Let's see, on Instagram, just to compare numbers with you guys. The miniatures on Britney's account, they seem to be an allusion to Alice in Wonderland. I don't know if it's just to spurn the conspiracy theories of MK Ultra being used, or potentially they could be something similar to the emoji system. Playhouse, play tea, children, small. Gematria. What is gematria? No idea. Do you sometimes not block someone who is calling you names or find suspicious just to keep your enemies close? I don't block most people unless they irritate me. Because I've only blocked 2 people. One was WTFB Annan, because she irritated me. And honestly, like, if I have to make it more difficult for her to fucking, like, go to my page, I fucking will. You know? Plus, she did that whole fucking smear campaign. I'm like, ugh. I mean, she's mean, honestly. And then Gulia, who just rude off the bat. But I don't care if people have shit to say to me. I mostly don't block you. I will write a paragraph addressing how fucking wrong you are. But it's a free country. Go ahead and view my page. Do I think the emojis are related to dark stuff? 100%. I think sometimes that she reposts captions with less emojis. Maybe that means something's not in stock. It's incredibly dark, and I hate that. Yeah, I'm not keen to learn how to uncover steganography because my imagination already tells me what's in those videos. It's not good. I can only imagine, you know? Why do we not know more about Epstein's Island? Some have theorized, and the man kind of confirmed it in that Out of Shadow documentary, that Epstein might have been working for the Alphabet Police. And there seems to be a lot of correlations within global trafficking and getting high up positions of people in compromising positions and blackmailing them. There's a YouTube video series about survivors of human trafficking that seems to kind of confirm that. You need to get a couple cats. I heard I have to get barn cats. I'm like, well, how the fuck do I know they're from a barn? I was this close to adopting a cat. I have a dog with incredible prey drive, but he's useless, and I love him with all my heart. But I'm like, I look at him, and I'm like, you don't hear anything? He's like, Thank you. I get mad when people try to shade me, too. Back to TikTok real fast, because I'm going to be here for 8 more minutes. Her son is 18, but because they moved to Hawaii, he actually cannot speak to himself because even if Kevin Federline cannot receive child support, the age, I think, is higher for him to be considered an adult, which is why I think they moved him to Hawaii to silence her children. Oh, thank you for the follow, Anthony. And Marcia. And Real Talk. I don't think you're crazy for not thinking it's Britney Spears on her account, because I think they've done a really good job of gaslighting the public that anyone who talks out gets shamed, which is weird. I saw Hologram live and the guy said Paris was his investor. Yes, I think you're talking about Portal. That's the company that Paris has invested in. There's a lot of evidence of abuse. I don't think there is anyone to call that could help. I think a lot of what we're seeing on Britney Spears' Instagram is systematic, and it is entrenched, and it is the entities that we would call for help are the ones in it. Anthem Talent Agency is the agency that I talked about. Good night, Fruity Pebbles. Have a good night. I don't think Britney Spears red is Britney Spears, no. There are a lot of actually AI generated videos and pictures of Britney with her kids. It's a little bit concerning. They happen a lot in the 2016 to 2017 period, which I believe they're testing out AI. You'll see them on yachts. I'm not sure if all the videos and pictures of Britney Spears' kids are like that. I don't think they are. But I do think the 2016 to 2017 photos of her with her kids are extremely suspicious. Thank you, Sarah. I'm glad you enjoy my content. Am I going to present something? No, this is a live. I'm answering questions. If you want to watch something where I fucking present something, go to my fucking YouTube or Instagram or TikTok. Come on, man. Okay. Shit. 65 comments still. Jesus. Okay. Oh. No, I just went to the ones I missed. What do I think about Kanye? I don't think most of his videos are real. Okay. I think we mostly caught up here. Thank you, Haley. I love you too. I like Kitty. Kitty's another creator I like. Do I believe it's possible that Britney has someone on her side and she's in hiding? I think there's more that leads me to not believe that than to believe that, unfortunately. What do I think about her sightings? Is it just her stand-ins? I find it suspicious that most of them are from TMZ, which when you look at their videos, a lot of them look doctored and a lot of them look AI generated. And if they're not from TMZ, they're from Backgrid, which also give the same look. I find it suspicious that Britney's photos in particular and her videos are always super blurry, given how modern technology has really increased. I have binoculars that can see in the dark and take pictures that look clearer, and I'll probably do a video soon to show that. And thank you so much for the gifts, Haley, T-Dog-VT, Brittany, and everyone else. And I think those are all the comments on TikTok. I'm not going to take any more questions on TikTok. But thank you so much for joining. Perps always have a copy of The Catcher in the Rye. That sucks. That's my favorite book. But, you know, that book has been tied to a lot of shit, like weird shit. All right. And I'm going to stop taking questions on Instagram, but I'm going to go through the ones that are left. Didn't Paris just clone her dog? I think she did. I think it was an episode of her show. Do you think who owns the media would actually put their... No, I don't think that they would put their child pornography island on blast. I do think it's a cover. I think there's a huge global thing. I really recommend this one YouTube video, Survivors of Human Trafficking. I think the video is like, I was a child in sex trafficking in the elite. I think that was the video. It sounds conspiracy, but it's not. It was actually just this lady's recount, and it was honestly super fucking sad. I'm sorry. Good thing is I'm recording this outside of TikTok and Instagram on my own program, so I will be uploading this on YouTube where you can watch, and they probably won't mute me. And if they do, then go on Rumble. Hi, Clatanina. Yeah, the duality of Britney and Marilyn Monroe is extremely odd. Yeah, IG is being difficult. So, Susie, don't worry about it. I'm so sorry that you keep being kicked off. Do I think the 2007 performance was a double? Funny that you mentioned that. I do. I have been analyzing the faces for a long time. I think they made the 2000... I think it's either linebacker or another bitch who can't dance. They did it to sabotage her. I don't have enough to have made a video, but I had been photoshopping their faces to align them to see if I could see the discrepancy. And I think, I don't know, the blue contacts thing doesn't seem like a stylistic choice. Britney didn't like put on blue contacts all the time to be just whimsical. And if you watch the rehearsal videos, she's fucking killing it. Because Blackout's her baby. Blackout is Glory Part 1. Well, no, actually, Blackout is Glory Part 2 because Original Doll, the album that never came to fruition, is her baby. So, yeah, I don't think it's her. I think they sabotaged her. Like how they, I mean, the week leading up to the VMA performance, it's pretty fucked up. She's filming for, I think, Piece of Me, and then they slash her video right before. I think the timing is like a couple of days before they say, your video's fucked. You're not going to do it. We're going to reshoot it. And then they make all these changes to her performance. Abusers typically do this so that if it was her, they might have just drugged her up too, put on the contacts to like fuck her up. And abusers would do this to be like, you need us. You're nothing without us. You can't even be on your own without us. So, thank you. I enjoy my dainty lady language too. I love when people tell me I should stop cussing so their kids can watch. I'm like, you should just paraphrase to your kids. Honestly, don't play my shit. Oh my god, all the followers help with my videos and theories. It's an old video, but I should mention it all the time. I think Britney Spears' fans are the best fucking detectives in the whole fucking world. Everything I found in the old videos, even videos now, Now I get direct messages, so it's even easier. But the old videos, I would go through forums and comments, and I still go through forums and comments, and that's how I find things. Like, Britney Spears' fans are the detectives that figure the things out. I'm just the person that compiles them in a book and can see the patterns. So, yeah, everyone helps. Several of the bigger discoveries on the page have been directly from other people, not from me. Again, I can just, everyone puts it on the murder board, and I'm like, that's where they go. So Instagram's video has been shut down. The rest of this segment, I'm just going to finish answering questions on the Instagram. Then I'm going to cut the live because I'm out to eat dinner. But I'll put this on YouTube so those people could see their questions answered. The rehearsal video, Britney's a good dancer and skinny. Exactly. The performance, she looks drunk and heavier. Yes. Larry Potter is on acid. What do you think of Kramer? I talked about Kramer in the earlier segment of this live. I find it suspicious that his videos get edited more professionally later. And while some of the things he says lines up, I don't really believe him. I don't ever hit like on her videos. What is there to like? I don't know how many more comments there are. I do believe that Jamie Lynn or Amber Lynn, the stripper, was dating Brian. Yeah, I think, Brian's girlfriend has been a stand-in for Britney at sometimes. I think Kanye's videos are being AI generated, and I don't know why. The only thing that keeps me from thinking Kanye is dead is his daughter's devotion and love to him. It seems like it would be hard to trick North, but I don't trust Kim Kardashian for shit. Thank you, Bieber Me. Yes, Protect Ninja. Oh, I like Coco Nerd. That could be a shirt. Okay, I think these are all the comments. I don't believe Britney Spears read. I don't post on Facebook. Facebook's general outlook on Britney is very disheartening, and I'm a little bit scared of Facebook, honestly. I also fell for Conspiracy Bestie, and if it makes anyone feel better, I actually was scammed the most, so shit. Yes, I do believe this entire movement was orchestrated by Black Box. I will go into a video about WTFBN in a future thing, probably when I'm just feeling bitchy. Yeah, Conspiracy Bestie is a difficult position because a lot of what she says does track and it does line up, and I actually agree with a lot of points that she makes. I'm not really sure. I feel like two things are possible. I feel like she's a scammer, but she was a Britney fan. Unfortunately, she probably liked scamming more than Britney, so I can't say. A lot of our views line up. A lot of what she says is still following up and coming true. Did Britney and Sam ever meet? I'm not sure. She did say that first. I think she did really good work. I think it's unfortunate that she scammed. And I think that's all the comments. Red flag. Dope. All right, let's look on TikTok real fast before we leave. And here we are. Thank you everyone so much for joining and for all the gifts. I am very appreciative, and I hope I answered as many questions. I know I don't do a lot of lives, so I hope that this was informative. I wanted it to... I don't get to just say what I think in my videos. I started broaching onto that in the podcast, so this is a way to open discussion without, you know, getting all the fucking hate, being like, oh, you didn't prove anything. I'm not here to prove anything. I'm here to just talk to you. So, let's see. Hey, Scorpio Rachel. I haven't seen your picture in a while. It does make sense. It does make it sad. The Brian Rennick thing, I will look into that in the near future. I was live on Instagram, but they seem to cut my live. So I'm trying to narrate for both. My bad. And I try the questions that are interesting. I try to say the questions in my response, and this will be on YouTube later if you would like to watch. I think I've been live now for... shit, how long? Holy shit, I did 2 hours on this motherfucker. Oh my god. No wonder my voice hurts. Let's see. Yeah, I get banned on a lot of apps, so now I got into Rumble too. I just don't... I mean, Rumble's okay, but I'm like, you know, just... obviously, whoever designed the aesthetic, it's very manly. And I'm like, it's not even, like, pretty green. I like Odyssey, but nobody's on there. Is that just attention-seeking words to get people to watch your dancing TikToks? I don't make any dancing TikTok, Sean, because I don't know how to dance well. I do DJ, but you will not find one dancing TikTok video. So that was dumb, Sean, honestly. Okay. What if her videos are kids with her over it? That's what I think is her videos. I think they're using AI to hide through steganography those types of videos. That's why the second part of the steganography series, I've showcased many research papers and articles talking about how AI is being used, and they can be used jointly together. It makes sense then, right? That because they're hiding these other videos, that's why the deep fakes and the AI is so bad. Because the AI's main job isn't to make a good video. It's first hide what we want to hide, then make a video that's good. Good night, Maya. Did you send it to me on here on TikTok and to Quick Tech? I'm gonna check for your username. I'll look for you. Yes, there are a lot of weird Sam choking Britney thing. I don't like it. Yes, I do believe that Epstein was intelligence big blackmail scheme. The video I saw on YouTube made me sick, but it makes a lot of sense, and I think that's what's happening. And I think also the whole Epstein log thing will never be released because I think they're just like, you all shut the fuck up and get in line or we'll release it. I think it's a veiled threat. Hey, Nini. Love you too, Matthew Parker. Thank you, Miss L. I try to read as fast as I can. No, yeah, right. Britney fans are honestly, they could solve any crime. Like, I've never seen a more dedicated group of people that, like, you that's why they turned off the comments, I believe. They're always on the money. Like, when I looked into the tattoos, they're like, that's not Britney, look at the tattoos. I'm like, holy shit, what? Am I neurodivergent? Oh, extremely. I have ADHD, and many people in TikTok have told me that I'm probably autistic, and I'm like, oh, then that makes a lot of sense, because you know what, I do make a lot of, like, I forgot what it was called, but I make a lot of noise. I'm like, my live ended because IG ended it. So I'm gonna post. That's why I'm gonna post these on YouTube separately, and I'll make a story and tell them. Yeah. So interesting enough, when all the creators were trying to bury conspiracy bestie, at that time was the man theory, which I still firmly believe, and I think that's why they turned on me, because there are several glitches where maybe it's not a man, maybe it's just really shitty AI. I think there is some kind of man used to humiliate Britney. Like, this man can't even dance and people think it's you. But I showed a glitch where her muscle literally becomes much bigger, like a man's arm. And Conspiracy Bestie had a really good glitch too, where it changes. And there's a picture of her in front of a house where people think it's Cade, where she has a 5 o'clock shadow. So I don't think it's not nothing. And the fact that the other creators were so angry and so repulsed about the man theory when they have been calling everyone under the sun a double, that's us. And then the same thing about the Ashley, whatever her name. Plus that lady was annoying too. She reported the fuck out of my page and called all her followers to ban me. In this Britney community, people are always being like, that person's a double, that person's a double. Also, in this lady, they're like, but what about her? She's a mother. I'm like, I'm pretty sure those other bitches are mothers too, and we're always being like, I think she's a double. So thank you so much for the gifts again. Thank you, Britt. The Rumble content is the same things on YouTube, if that helps. Sometimes I head bob. Yeah, I do that. I've been live for 2 hours, and I'm going to get off soon. I just wanted to get through all the comments, so luckily the Instagram live ended, so I just read through those really fast. This was going to be a problem. Actually, Caroline said that. She was like, oh, I don't know if, like, you're over realized, like, you have, like, a lot of followers. I'm like, no, I will. And she goes, no, the only day you'll realize is when you can't answer all the questions. And I'm like, no, I can answer everything. Oh, I would love to collaborate with you, and I did see your comments twice. I will look for your message about the DJ collaboration. Why is this so glitchy? I don't know, TikTok. You tell me. So I recorded this separately. It should probably be less glitchy because I'm recording it through my computer. The internet companies are probably doing this shit on purpose. They banned this already? They banned my fucking live? Oh no. They did on TikTok, yeah, for sure. Yeah, they will do that. Ashley, Baby One More Time, the impersonator. Alright, so I'll stay on for 5 more minutes because I like to leave on even, clean slates. It is now 10:25. I've enjoyed being on the live and answering all your questions. Did I like Bestie? I did. I was actually extremely sad to have been scammed. So, I was scammed the most out of everyone by a far amount of money. I did not make a video bashing on Conspiracy Bestie because I still believe a lot of her research holds up. I do believe she liked Britney Spears. And why would I want to do something that would actually hurt Britney Spears? I may not like certain creators, but I don't publicly bash them because at the end of the day, I would like this to be solved. I would like this to be done. You know? Did I donate? Yes, I did. Oh no, not Baby One More Time video. The girl's name is, her Instagram handle is Baby One More Time. I made a video in August saying this girl who claims to have been approached by will.i.am to shoot the video, that terrible song, says that she was offered to be a deepfake model, but she refused. Yet, doesn't she look like this post? I believe she's already a double. Yeah, that girl. Yeah, I think she's a double. Plus the way that everyone like lost their shit when I made that video. Honestly, it wasn't a shitpost video, but it wasn't like, it wasn't like a hard ass like evidence video. I'm just like, don't they? Everyone always makes videos like, do you see? And then people are like, So the fact that people are like, I don't know, just like giving me grief. What is it? The disproportionate amount of interest that video got makes me think. I didn't actually think that much of it. I'm like, yeah, she kind of looks like her. But then after all the hate, I'm like, oh, okay, I think that bitch is her. Please stay till 11. I can do 10:45, but I'm gonna drink a lot of water right now. I mean, I could see that. I haven't heard any of the Kanye songs, but Kanye is like a musical genius. So, I mean, if the songs don't sound very good, that would probably be the biggest indicator. Like, people have mixed reviews about Kanye, but there's no denying he's a musical genius. Yes, she changed her tune at the same time Timberland found her song. Interesting timing. Oh, flow's different? Oh, yeah, shit. Okay, then no. I'm not the biggest Kanye fan, so I wouldn't be like a good judge of that. But like, who am I a big fan of? Like, if Tina Fey wrote a new show and it didn't feel funny at all, I'd be like, something's happened. They've replaced Tina Fey. Oh, I'm not on anyone's FYP. So I've made several videos saying that if you want to see my content more frequently, it's better probably to go on YouTube or Instagram. Otherwise, like, they're suppressing the shit on my videos, so it's honestly super annoying. Oh yeah, the evidence and wouldn't undisclose it. Yeah, that was weird. I notice a pattern that she tends to speak out at times that would benefit T-Con. She did like a 10-part fucking series about that goddamn fucking book. Who gives a fuck about a book that wasn't written by Britney Spears? I didn't want to do a lot of videos on the book. I didn't even want to address the fucking book because I'm like, that book is disgusting. So, I'm sorry. I have like dead skin. I'm like, oh, that's gross. So, just, I don't know. Whenever there's like a group of people who get on gang mentality, it's never good, is what I think. Oh, Coco on Chloe. I'm so glad you found my live too. I honestly didn't know if me just talking bullshit for like 2 hours would. I don't do lives a lot. So, welcome. They don't get these a lot. What about Bobo? Oh, I I trust Bobo. I like Bobo. Oh, I have tons of friends in the Britney community. They're just like, well, no, they're like fairly big accounts, but like they're not like big on TikTok. I don't have friends on the TikTok community, but I like the Instagram girlies a lot. Plus the Instagram girlies research is unparalleled, honestly. But my closest like associate right now is Britney's Mystery on TikTok. Her shit's great. You could tell she's got a lot of love for Britney. Yeah, I like a lot of what Bobo has to say, and I think a lot of it is genuine. I haven't been able to personally vouch some of the things. I just haven't explored those areas, but I find him to be very genuine. All Britney's Apple is my favorite. I mean, like Britney's Apple shit terrifies the fuck out of me sometimes. Like I don't like the stories. I'm like, oh, that's just too much. I can't. But not because it's wrong. It's just more like I don't want to know. What do I do for a living? Honestly, my job is more administrative, if anything, which is probably why I do this because I'm bored. He does his as all clones now. Clones is interesting. I'm not sure if sometimes they throw the word clones out there to literally mean doubles. I've noticed it's been used in a lot of blind items, like a double entendre. I don't really give like too much information about what I do and stuff because I'm paranoid. What other celebrities do I find sus? Bieber, Kanye, Britney. I mean, and Nicole Smith, obviously. That was weird. Let's see. I noticed it's a lot of singers, not really actors. I don't trust Taylor Swift, but like I just don't trust Taylor Swift. Selena Gomez is kind of sus. Not like she's been like taken hostage. She's just kind of sus. Oh yeah, this must have been great for people who are new. Like I literally just was like, yeah, here's all the. Oh, P Diddy is yeah, the stories about him are weird. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I took a video of Taylor Swift during the concert, and I was like, this is some Illumahaha shit if I've ever seen it when she did that whole witch dance. It was fucking weird. Selena does give sidekick energy, thinking she's main character energy, and I'm like, I don't know about that girl. I think what I found suspicious about Selena was her documentary sucked. It didn't really actually give anything. It was a puff piece. You know who had a great documentary that actually was actually rather like unscathing was Billie Eilish's documentary. It just showed loneliness so much. Yeah, it was boring. And it kind of sounds like she was a real bitch during that fucking time. Like, she like blew up on her family, but they were like sugarcoating it like, but it's over. Yeah, Billie has definitely has some fucked up shit happen to her. And I honestly hate her brother. Because I feel like that's your little sister. You have one job on this earth is protect that little girl. And you fucked up and you actually probably hoard her out to get your music contract. And you're not even that good. Like he's a good producer, but he doesn't. I saw Billie Eilish the first time when she was at Coachella. It was actually before probably some of the fucked up shit happened to her. She was electric. Like that girl, she had it. You know what I mean? Like 17, owning the fucking stage. It's beautiful. I saw her again recently when she headlined. Something happened. I mean, I already knew something happened by listening to her fucking album, which was the saddest fucking shit I've ever fucking heard. But, you know what I mean? To see someone lose that light. Like, she could, like, at 17, and to have that stage presence was amazing. Yeah, Billy's parents are in the industry. They never stood a chance. Really? Billy was at Daniel Craig's house? Whoa, Jamie Lynn Spears is here? That'd be hilarious. Yeah, his girlfriend. It is weird. Yeah, also that Justin Bieber crying so much about Billie Eilish lets me know that something is super fucked up in the music industry, and they're all very aware of what's going to happen to her. They said it was loneliness, but I don't think that was it. And then she's alluded to it in the song Your is it His Power? Which obviously sounds like made a deal with the devil. Oh, that's a real shame. I've seen Florence. Florence is really good live. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I don't usually look down the whole satanic stuff. But it's interesting you say vampire. If you look at cultures throughout history and time, there's a lot of references to energy. You know, you see in an anime, Dragon Ball Z, Spirit Bomb, energy, harvesting, energy, Sailor Moon, energy. And generally things that you keep seeing pop up throughout different cultures and time periods, it's real. And scientifically, vibes have been shown to be an actual thing, that we have different vibration frequencies. I haven't looked into it personally, but there does seem to be some sort of really dark thing with the entertainment industry and energy. I don't know too much about that though, but I would not be surprised. You know? Yeah, no, exactly. The Travis. I had the most visceral reaction to the Travis Scott concert, and I'm usually quite grounded. I don't usually am not one of those people that go, it could have been me, but I fucking cried so fucking much about hearing it and reading about it, and I literally got a panic attack and couldn't leave my house for 2 days, and I never had a reaction like that. Thank you. I love you too. Yeah, it gave me a weird feeling. Like, it just felt evil, was actually the word I described it. Because I had actually understood what happened wrong. It was a crowd crush, which is still not good. I mean, that could happen to anywhere. Like, I almost probably could have been crowd crushed in Boston, San Francisco, but I think it's watching people continue to rage and party while people are literally dying next to them that felt insanely fucked up. Oh yeah, yeah. No, the Ariana Grande thing is super weird. Did I see his answer where all those people fell at the same time? No, I didn't. A lot of the first movement people seem to be paid off. It seems that this was kind of a huge orchestrated thing. A lot of the actual people who do support Britney were in the movement are genuine. It's the people who are the heads. I think they are paid off. They're being used as controlled opposition to direct a certain narrative and to detract from other narratives. Yeah, I seen the video about the demon thing. It was weird. It it does seem like more people died than was stated because I watched it too. And when you read the stories from in the crowd, they were panicked. That's what I don't understand. It actually sounds like the majority of people were freaking the fuck out seeing so many people die around them or pass out, because I read so many people tried to stop the show. Like they climbed on shit, they climbed onto the stage, they tried to get like the attention of like the light guy, you know, and people don't do that for nothing. Yeah. And I think it's like ridiculous. You see an ambulance come through the crowd and people will not get the fuck out of the way. It's just, yeah, I read that girl's story, and then I went to Coachella the following year, and it was actually the most considerate Coachella I've ever seen, because I think we were all fucking terrified. People would be like, "I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to slightly push you," so that's kind of nice. Yeah, it was really weird that nothing happened, because I also went to Lovers and Friends. The first day I didn't go, but people thought there was a gunshot, and there was text sent to everyone, even people who were on Sunday like me, about what had happened, how that had happened, where they could go. Yet for the whole astral world thing, people are dying, and they kept going. It's so weird. He does incite that behavior. That's why I think he's a piece of shit, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was like on some demon ass shit, honestly. Aaron Carter's family all died? Wow. I mean, not Aaron Carter. I mean, Nick Carter? Oh, that's weird. Yeah, no, Travis. I hate Travis so much. No other artist should do that. Travis Scott tries to say that he was just a performer. It's called fucking Astral World. You know what I mean? It's his festival. That's what it like got me. I'm like, no, you're running this. And also, you know, they market it towards children. They had Astral World McDonald's meals for months, a collaboration, and then they made it an all ages festival. Most festivals are not all ages. Oh yeah, the Taylor Swift one was I think she had a heart attack because it was so goddamn hot. Honestly, it shouldn't be shit like this. Like, you shouldn't have to be waiting all fucking day for a fucking ticket or something in order to get into the fucking venue. That's weird. Yeah, they can see so much from the stage. Also, he got reports of I think the crowd had ran at the stage at a prior performance 3 hours before he took a set. He had already been aware that people were dying. Yeah, it's a lot of weird shit, honestly. But that is it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining. I'm sorry I couldn't stay later. I gotta eat my dinner and feed my dog. And like maybe kill some rats if I can. Yeah. Don't worry, Jacqueline. You can find this on YouTube probably within the hour. It's a 2.5 hour live, and I answered most questions I saw from TikTok and Instagram. And I will upload it to YouTube fairly soon. Thank you so much for the flower. All right. Have a good evening, everyone. Oh, Taryn Manning? She's interesting. She could also be paid off. But she seems adamant that Britney Spears has died. Conspiracy Bestie had said that she had talked to Taryn Manning. I don't know if that's true. Her texts were always cropped. Who said the same thing. That Britney passed in Mexico. But she couldn't answer my questions, because then I would be like, then who was stopped in July 2022? And, you know, so I mean, just take that with a grain of salt. It's, And then when Conspiracy Bestie told me, I was like, that bitch could be lying. They could pay her. Jamie Lynn joined again. Jamie Lynn, if that's really you, you look like a fucking elf compared to your sister. And if it's just somebody who has the name Jamie Lynn, thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed my live. And, yeah, much love. Talk to you guys later.